What's going on, guys? Today I just wanted to talk about Nebius, quick little video on their earnings. Um, Before we get into the earnings, first of all, just take a look at this. The stock up 34% today, which is a monstrous move. And over the past week, I made a few shorts saying I think that was going to be the bottom for Nebius. It had a lot of negative sentiment around it. Michael Burry absolutely destroyed on his short position. I'd love to see what he's planning on doing now. If I had to guess, I'd think he'd double down and drag all of his followers down with him. But just if you guys listened or if you guys already own Nebius, just congratulations, amazing quarter and amazing reaction from the stock. I think it's still maybe the next week it's gonna up and down, but I think over the next few months and obviously over the long term, very nice opportunity to buy. All right, without further ado, let's get into the earnings. So Nebius had a double beat this quarter. Their total revenue was up to 454% year over year. They had a nice beat on EPS at negative 68 cents, and ARR was up 598% year over year. Group adjusted EBITDA turned profitable at 236 million, which is 41% margin compared to a $21 million loss in the same quarter last year. So this is a very big turning point as well over here, which is very nice to see. Um, Total contract value also grew 4x quarter over quarter, and payback period is 1 year and 10 months for deals closed in Q2. So some other important things to know that you want to keep in mind is there is some slight interesting things with some of their facilities. Obviously, they had the facility in New Jersey that was iffy, and then they switched to Bloom Energy, and then everything looks on track for that. And basically, it's something to monitor, but I like the fact that they have facilities across the globe. They're opening more in new countries, new locations, because this gives them options. So if one facility isn't going to be up and running really soon because it gets delayed because of local laws or government regulations or this and that and blah blah blah. They have places all across the world, so they're going to have a lot of options to do that. So it's something I really like that the company's doing. They're kind of spreading it around. And also in Europe, I think Europe is relying more and more, or is trying to rely more and more on data centers within Europe. And I think Nebius is positioned very well to take advantage of that opportunity. And some other things to know from the quarter were they ended the quarter with 8 billion in cash, which is an extreme amount. They were just stacking cash, and they generated 2.3 billion in operating cash flow this quarter. Capacity of Nebius is basically selling out instantly once it comes online, which is a great thing for the demand, and I'll get more into the demand later on in the video. But they also closed out four landmark billion-dollar plus contracts in Q2. The I can't speak. The companies they closed it with were Cohere, Reflection, a scale-up Neolab, and a major U.S. quant trading firm. I would be very interested to see which firm this is. I believe they also are probably going to be releasing the fact that they have a Google deal, I believe, coming up soon. So that drops. It's going to be a nice booster for the stock. Something that I found really interesting was they had a auction basically for NVIDIA Blackwell GPUs. And this is, I believe, the first of its kind for Nebius, and it went very well. And this is kind of a nice way to have the management tell us that it's like, oh, we're seeing really high demand. It's not like they're just saying like, yeah, we see a lot of demand, blah, blah, blah. It's actually shown because there was enough demand that they literally held an auction for these GPUs, and it was up 15% higher in pricing, which is just really, really nice to see. Bottom line that you want to take away from pretty much the whole quarter and for this whole space in general is that customers are willing to pay huge amounts for immediate capacity within the next like 3 to 6 months to use it now because all these companies that are spending all this money they don't want to wait a year because then the GPUs are going to be worthless there if they're trying to make cutting edge technology with it, with which is what every one of these big companies that are buying the GPUs from Nebius or renting them out or whatever they're doing is using them for. So they're so much demand that Nebius isn't able to fill. They're obviously spending a lot to build out more infrastructure in order to fulfill the demand, but this is why I like the company a lot. They're in an extremely high growth sector. They're growing very well, and management is very competent. Some other stock companies like Nebius take on a lot of debt. They do all this. I really, really like Nebius management. I think they're the best neo cloud out there. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Quick little short video for you guys today. Stay tuned for some more videos dropping soon. Also, if you guys want me to research a stock that isn't in my portfolio, but you guys maybe been thinking about buying it, let me know in the comment section down below and I'll see what I can do for you guys. Thank you so much. Have a good one.